Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Hope you don't mind the monochromatic blue today. Feeling blue today. Yeah, so my bun is also not going to fit in the frame. Bear with me. It's a pretty interesting video. In a world of like eyeshadow palettes being released literally every day, you know, you can get overwhelmed. There are, again, so many brands, so many new brands in the world of social media. All these new brands are able to reach out to consumers, and with PR packages and with this and that and all that, there can be a lot. And if you're just the average consumer, or you're just, you know, just getting into makeup, or you're looking to, you know, you've always liked makeup, but you're looking to, you know, spruce up your makeup bag, if you will, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, all this new stuff and people are sponsored here, and like, how can I trust reviews, things like that, and it can get overwhelming for you. I completely understand. So what I wanted to do was show you some makeup products that have held up throughout the years in terms of like how great they are, like how like people haven't forgotten about them, if you will, and like how they can compete with pretty much anything that's out on the market today. They've come out and they've just been great staple items, holy grail items for some people for so long, and you can purchase them today and still be and don't feel like you're missing out on anything that's new, if that makes any sense. In this video will be eyeshadows, and I have all palettes here, but if you want me to do this on like foundations or concealers where it's like OG items that can still hold their own today, let me know. I don't know. I hope you understand where I'm going with this. So yeah, this is going to be eyeshadow palettes and or formulas that I think are timeless, if you will, where they're not a trend, they're not a phase, they're set up. The palette itself is not some sort of trend, or, you know, just where you can have them in your bag. Anyone can have them. They work for all skin tones, that type of thing. Yeah, also, with that being said, none of them are super bright or colorful, because that can be a phase in itself. So these are more on the natural side, but they're still wonderful palettes. I'm going to start with the drugstore because I just have one drugstore formula, not so much the palette itself. One drugstore formula, and that is Wet n Wild. I am holding their new formula, but the old formula I think is still out right now. Maybe somewhere. You might get it on discount. But anyway, these are, Wet n Wild has been in the eyeshadow game, has been like the best eyeshadow formula in the drugstore for years. These, again, what their palettes look like. Very affordable. These palettes are $4.99. And you're getting an array of shades. You're getting beautiful color combinations at great quality. So the classic one that they've redone, but they still kept those unique shades, is the Comfort Zone palette. Okay, so in here you got your brow shades, your crease shades, your blending shades, mattes, transitions, shimmers, satin. You have it in here. And you can get a full, complete look. You can go from light everyday to dramatic with that bottom row there. Easy enough for $5. And this will last you. You will not look dated with these eyeshadows. This palette will not be dated at all. This formulation of colors will never look dated, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, obviously. The next one here is Not a Basic Peach. This one is new to the new formulation. Comfort Zone, they had an old Comfort Zone palette as well. This is Not a Basic Peach. Okay. Might as well show you all of them. This one is Rosé in the Air. This is also new. And it's stuck. Okay, we'll come back to that. And this is Nude Awakening. This is Nude Awakening, which is not new either, but again, the formulation is new. Look at that. Matte neutrals. I mean, you can't get, I mean, in this case, boring is good. I was boring palette, but you can't get any more calm than this. All right. This is Not a Basic Peach. I mean, I'm sorry, Rosé in the Air. I'm going to show you that. There we go. Look at that. Wonderful. That formula will last forever. I don't think Wet n Wild should change it. They can bring out more, of course, more palettes, more singles, but you won't go wrong if you go to Wet n Wild in the drugstore. And then the next one, I have my, higher end palettes that I believe stood the test of time and are still great to this day. wonderful. I am going to start actually with one that personally, I don't use very much because I'm a little bit brighter. Like, obviously the blue eye situation, yeah. But in terms of quality, in terms of staples, in terms of crowd favorites, I mean, these are OG, the Naked palettes. Now, I think the Naked one's being discontinued. One of them is on sale right now, so I apologize. This is actually one of my favorites of the Naked palettes. I apologize. Yeah. Excuse me. When Urban Decay came out with this Naked palette, what was it, 2007-ish? It's been a while. I mean, the game changed. Not so much in makeup but in the terms of mainstream, large palettes type of situation. I have a lot of crap on my table. This is a palette full of neutrals, more on the neutral side of neutrals, if that makes sense, while the 3 is a little bit more warm tone and the 2 is a little bit more cool tone, if you will. So this is more on the neutral side. Anyway, but I mean, all skin tones can get a nice, natural, beautiful, up into smoky here, like with some deeper shades here, down to the lighter ones there. I mean, it just blew up. And Urban Decay's shadows are amazing quality. And I guess it was also really surprising because Urban Decay was a brand to do the edgy and the grungy and this type of thing, type of colors and things like that. And then the Naked came and it was like, oh, yeah, change, no, all right. Okay, we're gonna calm it down. We're gonna calm it down, but it works and it is wonderful. The quality is there. The Naked palette, I don't know. I don't see anything like it. I don't think there is any palette that changed the game or upped the game as much as the Naked palette in terms of makeup releases like this one in a very long time. So yeah, I recommend that one. I have the 2 here as well. If you're into the cooler, taupier family. Again, still a staple. With the Naked palettes, it's kind of like you pick your favorite. I have Naked 1, 2, 3 Smoky and the Naked Heat. And the Heat and the Smoky are my favorites. Haven't got my hands on the Naked Cherry yet. But if you go into a store and you're looking for an eyeshadow palette, you're not, you're not going to go wrong if you go to Urban Decay and pick up a Naked palette. As with these other ones that I'm getting ready to show you. This is where you're not going to go wrong. All right. The next brand I have 2 palettes here is Too Faced. Now, Too Faced is one of those brands where you can get overwhelmed. They're releasing palettes like this. They're releasing this chocolate and this and that and anniversary palettes. This one here that I'm going through right now and this, it's a lot. It can be a lot with Too Faced. But if you just calm down, back it up, and go to the original 2 chocolate bar palettes, which is the chocolate bar and the semi-sweet chocolate bar, everything will be fine. Okay? Everything will be okay. So my chocolate bar, I've had my chocolate bar for so long where the names, I still have the plastic sheet that the names are on. Now the names are printed on the palette. But anyway, this is the chocolate bar. Oh my God, I live for this burgundy and gold combination right here, honey. This chocolate bar, all these palettes have been out for many, many years. This chocolate bar palette, let me get myself together, is a wide array of neutrals and berry tones with a pop of light pink and green there. But neutral and berry tones that looks great, again, on any skin tone, because you have those lighter shades as well as those deeper ones. You have those deeper browns to blend out a deeper crease. You have those lighter browns to blend out a lighter crease, if you will. The metallic gold and that bronze shade here are great pops on any lid. And it just... it smells like chocolate. It's still, after all these years, it still smells like chocolate. And that was an appeal for many people. I don't mind the smell. I think it smells great, but it was just that interesting thing, and it actually worked, and it's actually great. Out of the 2, though, semi-sweet is my favorite out of the chocolate bar and the semi, well, out of all the chocolate bars, actually. The semi-sweet is my favorite one right now. Because of these 2 shades here. I'm gonna tell you something. Truffled and peanut butter, honey. I love peanut butter so much, I was ecstatic when they came out with a peanut butter palette. So I'm not the only one that loved peanut butter. But anyway, this one again is very similar. So again, this is a preference. This is definitely a preference. I think this one gears a little bit more toward deeper skin tones. It'll help you out a little bit more just in terms of how many deeper shades it is compared to how many lighter shades it is. But other than that, they give me the same vibe. This one you do get a nice deep black to really smoke out your look, and I appreciate that. And they printed the names on this one. They listened, which I really can appreciate. But yes, if you go in there and all these Too Faced palettes and you're like, I just want a good palette, an everyday palette, you know, something that I know was going to work and it's still going to look great no matter what trend is out, go to the original chocolate bars. You will be fine. Okay? You'll be fine. All right, and then I have one more brand, and I'm sure you guys can guess. If you've been on my channel for a long time, this is my favorite eyeshadow formula of all time. Still, to this day, favorite eyeshadow formula. If you see a little tail, my cat is literally right there. Yeah, he's right here. He's right here. If you've been on my channel for a long time, you know. Lorac Pro. This was my first high-end eyeshadow palette that I ever bought. And it stands the test of time. I still, out of all these palettes I'm going to show you, this is the one I still use most out of all of them to this day. This palette is many years old. I got this palette, oh wow, let's see, I am probably about 5-ish years ago. And it's been out longer than that. Yes. Let's look in here. Top row of mattes, bottom row of shimmer, satin, metallic shades. Beautiful layout. I love Lorac's names on their shades because they're called things like white, cream, taupe, light pink, mauve, sable, espresso, black. Like, wonderful to the point. Anyway, this formula is the most, I mean, it's soft, it's blendable, it's people hate the term buttery, creamy for eyeshadows. They blend so well. With them being so soft, you do get a little bit of kick up, hence how dirty my palette is. But, I mean, they're absolutely magnificent. I have not came across a softer, like, oh my goodness. I know, you're like, Candice, get a room with the eyeshadows. I have not come across anything like this formula. But anyway, the color scheme in this palette... The color scheme in this palette is wonderful. You get that, you get light white to black. You get a range of neutrals at the top, and then you get all of these shimmers, make great lid shades, make great inner corner shades, make great smudging shades. What more can you ask for in a neutral palette? You recommend, people ask me to this day and they recommend, they ask me to recommend maybe a palette, and you tell me, well, I'm not into color. If you say I'm not into color and I want a good palette, Lorac Pro. I'm telling you that right now. Telling you that right now. The formula in the Lorac Pro 2 is just as good. I just like the one better. And then honorable mentions to these two guys. This is the Lorac Unzipped and the Lorac Unzipped Gold. So the Lorac Unzipped, oh my god. I was using this palette for like a year straight. This is really what made me fall in love with rosy gold tones. It was this palette, L'Oreal's Infallible Shadow in Amber Rush. Oh my god, you're talking about rose gold madness. Wonderful. If you're choosing for a rose gold palette, you're looking between this and the Naked 3, get this. Naked 3 is crap. In my opinion. But yeah, you get this beautiful, you don't get any blacks, but you get a beautiful deep brown and deep burgundy. And I think that's absolutely wonderful. You have rose gold and you want to smoke it out. A burgundy smoky look, a deep brown smoky look as opposed to black. I think that's a really nice, and it's soft yet still edgy. Great for fall. Pull this off for fall, you guys, if you have this one. Wonderful. And then the gold, I was loving this palette before I was just into gold. Because you guys know I went through this phase. I switched all my jewelry to gold, like I was going through some things. And I was loving this palette before the gold. Again, you don't have a straight black, but you have a deep brown. You have two deep chocolate browns. Beautiful gold metallic shades in here. Wonderful, dark, rich milk chocolate browns to blend that crease, to transition whatever you will on chocolate skin. I really do appreciate that. And then your light shades are great as lid shades. If you're doing a halo eye or something like that. But Unleashed, honey. Honey. Wonderful. Pick it up. Pick it up. I appreciate a golden themed palette. And I don't think I've ever seen a golden themed palette. Just like metallic golden-y type of palette since this. I don't think I ever have. Really. Honestly. Yeah. So those are my picks. It's really simple. If you want to know, give me a suggestion down below if you want me to do maybe lip products or foundations or face products, you know, things that have stood the test of time and are still great to this day. Like, these items are not going to lose their value just because other things are out, if you will. Some things kind of lose their value. Oh, well, this came out. This is a lot better now, so ain't nobody really trying for this. But no, we're still trying for these. Wonderful. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in this video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.